Welcome to my workbench. I'm Emmanuel, and it's time for a coin roll hunt. This is the first video since I've changed my channel name, and so we have a couple of bonus features. First of all, the main attraction will be coin roll hunting a box of circulated quarters, $500 worth of Canadian quarters, but I will also have 8 rolls of Canadian pennies. I also recorded a bill hunt, a $5 bill hunt in this video. Thanks for joining me this year. I hope you have had a wonderful Christmas and that your 2021 brings blessing, riches, happiness, and health. On with the video. I have a stack of $5 notes that I am going to be giving out as part of the Christmas gifts to the nieces and nephews, but I thought I might just go through them first. So what I'm going to do is sort them by signature, and after that I will be going through the serial numbers for any special serial number or any replacement notes. I will be doing everything in fast forward, so as you watch along, I will bring you in at the end with any interesting finds. That was easy enough. These notes are all polymer notes that come from the 2013 series. So I will now go look through them for the signatures, the signatures from the Governor of the Bank of Canada, and see separate them out by type and see if there are any rare signature combinations. That's done. So these are the Knight Dodge signed $5 notes, and these are the Jenkins Dodge signed $5 notes. This one I'll have to look at via the serial number to see what it is, because the corner is torn off. So we'll see which one that is by looking at the serial number. So here's an example of a serial number that could have been interesting. HBG 5003170. If this 5 had been in 0 and it would have started with 0003170, this would have been an example of a low serial number banknote. In this case, it's just there's nothing special about this note. Here's another example of a note that some people would collect. So this one has the number 2010-972. So unfortunately, if this was instead of the 7, if this was a 1 or a 2, we could have said that this was 2010 September 22nd. In this case, there's nothing special about the note, but that's another note that you can keep serial numbers that look like a date. American notes have 1 extra digit, so they actually could have 8-digit dates, but Canadian banknotes, the $5 notes at least have, for this series, only have 7 digits. Well, that was it for this bill search. No finds at all, no special dates, no special serial numbers. So I guess these are going to get stuffed into Christmas stockings as part of the Christmas gifts for my nieces and nephews. If they watch this video, they'll know what they're getting for Christmas. We'll start with the pennies. Here on my laptop I have the items that I am searching for, the varieties and the ones that need to fill a spot in my book. Ready to go with my coffee. Here are the rolls. I'll bring you in on any finds. Roll 1, I found a 1967 commemorative Rock Dove penny. 1975 in really good condition. It still has its original luster. That'll upgrade the one in my book. I found a 2006 magnetic, which I did not have the magnetic variety, and an American 1970 from San Francisco. Roll 2, 3 Americans, a 1987 Denver, a 2001 Denver, and a 2005 Philadelphia, as well as a really nice 78. That'll upgrade the one in my book. And I also found, go to the microscope here, these are two 1983 pennies. On the left, the rarer version is the near beads variety. You can see over here that the beads are closer to the rim, and the more common version is the far beads variety, which I already had found one previously in the roll number 1. So I'm glad to have this near beads variety added to my collection. Roll 3, a 1980, that'll upgrade the one in my book, and 3 Americans, a 1978, a 1984, and a 1997, all from Philadelphia. Roll 4, no Canadian finds, but a 1996 and a 2001, both from Denver for the United States. Roll 5, no Canadian finds, but 2 American finds, 2 1982s, 1 from Philly and 1 from Denver. Roll number 6, an American 1970 from San Francisco. Roll 7, another 1983 near beads variety, and for 5 Americans we got a 1972 Denver, a 1973 Philly, a 1989 Denver, a 1990 Philly, and a 1991 Philly. Final roll, roll 8, I found my third 1983 near beads variety, a regular old 1983 far beads variety, but this one will upgrade the one in my book, and 2 really grungy American Denver minted point pennies, one from 1972 and one from 1992. Here are the commemoratives that I set aside. I only found one 1967 Rock Dove penny celebrating the 100th anniversary of Canadian Confederation, and several, 5 or 6 1992 125th anniversary of Canadian Confederation, and the Golden Jubilee 50th anniversary of the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II, both with the P mint mark for the magnetic versions, the steel-plated magnetic versions, and the non-magnetic versions over here. I have also set aside all of the copper coins that are 98% copper, anything dated 1996 and earlier. Some people collect these for the copper value. Each penny is worth about 2 cents in copper. And now let's go to the wrap-up. And here are my finds for the 8 roll hunt of pennies. I found 3 1983 near bead variety and a magnetic 2006 that will go fill my book. From the book upgraders, I have a 1975, a 1978, a 1980, and a 1983 far beads variety. And for the Americans, in the 70s, I have 2 1970S's, a 1972D, a 1973D, a 1973P, and a 1978 from Philly. From the 80s, I have a 1982D and a 1982 Philly, a 1984 Philly, a 1987 Denver, and a 1989 Denver. From the 1990s, I have a 1990, 1991, both from Philly. I have a 1992 Denver, a 1996 Denver, and a 1997 Philly. And for the 2000s, I have a 2001 Denver, 2 of those in fact, and a 2005 Philadelphia. Of the American quarters, the 1972D will upgrade the one in my book. And the 1982s, I'm going to set these aside because there are varieties that are different varieties for these pennies that I have to double check. And I'm not quite sure about them yet, so I will set them aside and confirm them at a later date. Moving on with the box of quarters. We have hand-rolled quarters, Some in these little clear containers. They are circulated. Let's see if we get any finds. Roll 1. We have a 1979 that will most likely upgrade the one in my book, a 1980 Far Beads variety, and we found a nickel as well. Roll 2. A Maryland State Quarter, year 2000, with a P mint mark. Roll 3. A 1987 with a P mint mark from the United States, and a 2011 Canadian nickel. Roll 6. A Colorado State Quarter, 2006, with a P mint mark. Roll 12. 2 semi-key dates, a 1970 and a 1983, both with around just over 10 million minted, and a very nice 1987 and a very nice 1988 that'll upgrade the ones in my book. Roll 13, not the 2001 no P, but it is a very beautiful 2001 P that will upgrade the one in my book. Roll 14, 5 Americans, a 1970 Philadelphia, a 1977 Philadelphia, a 1987 Denver, a 1991 Philadelphia, and a Maine State Quarter, 2003, with a Philadelphia mint mark. Roll 15, a beautiful 1996 that'll upgrade the coin in my book. Roll 17, a Kentucky State Quarter 2001 with a D mint mark, and a North Dakota 2006 with a P mint mark. Roll 20, a 1983 low mintage year, an Illinois State Quarter 2003 with a P mint mark, a West Virginia 2005 with a D mint mark, a Puerto Rico 2009 with a P mint mark, and a Blue Ridge Parkway 2015 with a D mint mark. Roll 22, an Indiana State Quarter 2002 with a P mint mark. Roll 23, 3 very nice commemoratives that might upgrade the ones in my book. A 1999 September, a 2000 Family, and a 2009 Sledge Hockey. Boom! We have silver. A 1966 Canadian, along with a Utah Arches 2014 with a P mint mark. Roll 25, 4 American coins, a 1992 P, a South Carolina State Quarter, year 2000 with a D mint mark, an Idaho 2007 with a D mint mark, and a Mount Rushmore 2013 with a P mint mark. Roll 28, an American 1992 with a P mint mark. Mid-hunt update. I realized that some of the semi-key dates that I was setting aside, the 1970 and the 1983 that had about just under 10.5 million minted, that I wasn't setting aside some commemoratives that have equivalent low mintages. So I will be setting these aside from now on and counting them as semi-key. These are, for all intents and purposes, any coin that has less than a 10.5 million mintage. So for the coins that I found in the hunt so far in the first 28 rolls, I have a 1992 New Brunswick, a 2009 Cindy Clausen, 2011s I have a colorized and a non-colorized Orca, and 2 colorized Peregrines and a non-colorized Peregrine. The 2013 Life in the North and the 2013 Northern Explorers, as well as the 2015 War of 1812, Heroes of the War of 1812, 3 of which I have are colorized and 3 that I have are not colorized. Roll 29, another 1980 Far Beads variety. Roll 31, a 1992 low mintage Yukon, just about 13 million minted. Roll 32, a Tennessee State Quarter 2002 with a D mint mark. Roll 33, yet another 1980 Far Beads variety. Roll 34, boom! We have another silver, second in the box. 1966, as well as a 2011 low mintage Peregrine Falcon. Roll 35, a 2011 low mintage enameled Killer Whale coin, and an American 1973 with a D mint mark. Roll 36, a colorized Laura Secord quarter from 2013. There's supposed to be a colorized version of this on the 2013. I'll put it here on the scope, but I don't think this is it. You're supposed to see it more here on the 3. Roll 38, a 2013 Life in the North bowhead quarter, which is low mintage, as well as a Massachusetts State quarter 2000 with a P mint mark. Roll 39, a Montana State quarter 2007 with a P mint mark. I just rolled out roll 40 here. I think some of these are coin collection dumps. I see here this one says what? And it's an old tube. But let's see here. We got 1 Mountie quarter, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. A whole roll of mounted. In fact, this is not Morses. It's the word horses. I misread it. So all of these are Mounties from 1973, a whole roll. I'll go through them all to see if there's any that are the large bust versus the small bust. The large bust is the valuable one. A quick trick is to see the denticles, how close to the rim they are. The large bust have denticles that are close to the rim, whereas the beads on the small bust version, which is the common version, are further away from the rim. I'll get back to you on the other side of this roll. Much as I suspected, none of these are the large bust varieties. Oh well. One day I will get one. Roll 41, 5 American quarters, a 1976 Centennial Denver mint mark, a 1982 Denver, a 1998 Philly, a Tennessee State quarter 2002 with the Denver mint mark, and the Oklahoma 2008 with a Philadelphia mint mark. Roll 42, a 2010 double poppy commemorative quarter, as well as a 2012 Brock War of 1812 quarter. Roll 43, 2 2013 Life in the North bowhead whale coins. Roll 44, a 2011 colorized bison, a 2012 colorized tekumesh, and an American Virginia State quarter year 2000 with a P mint mark. Roll 45, an American El Yunque 2012 quarter with a D mint mark. Roll 48, a Vermont State quarter 2001 with a Denver mint mark. Roll 49, 4 American quarters, a 1976 Centennial from Philadelphia, a 1996 Denver, a Virginia State quarter year 2000 with a Philadelphia mint mark, and a Kisachi 2015 with a Philadelphia mint mark. Roll 50, a 1983 low mintage year, 10.1 million minted, semi-key, and 2 1980 far bead varieties. So here's a summary of my Canadian finds. The 2011 series coins, I found a colorized bison, 2 colorized orcas, a regular orca, 2 colorized peregrines, and 2 regular peregrines. These other ones over here are low mintage years, semi-key dates, a 1970, 3 1983s, a New Brunswick, and a Yukon 1992. These up here may upgrade my book once I verify. I will confirm at the end of the video. 1979, a 1987, a 1988, a 1996, a 1999, the September, a 2000 Family, a 2001 P, and a 2009 Paralympics. We did find 2 nickels, the 2011 and 2015, and the 2 key finds are 2 silver coins, the most I've ever found in a box, and it also will fill a hole in my collection because I didn't have a 1966. Moving on, I have 6 1980 far beads varieties, and I have the Life in the North with the bowhead whale, the 4 on the left being the one with the frosted belugas, and the 2 on the right being the ones with the frosted bowhead whale. I also have 4 Northern Explorers, all the same variety with the frosted circle, and then the second variety with the frosted Explorers is absent from the finds. Moving on to the Heroes of the War of 1812, I have a full set I have the 4 colorized and the 4 frosted versions of the coins of the set, plus an extra DeSalaberry, that is colorized at the bottom. And finally, a 2010 commemorative poppy coin and a colorized Cindy Clausen 2009 Olympic Golden Moments coin. And the American finds from the 70s: a 1970 Philly, a 1973 Denver, a 1976 both Philly and Denver, and a 1977 Philly from the 80s, a 1982 D, a 1987 P, and a 1987 D. From the 90s, I have a 91P, a 92P, a 92P, a 96D, and a 98P. And the state quarters, I have Massachusetts, South Carolina, 2 Virginias, and a Maryland from 2000. From 2001, I have a Kentucky and a Vermont. From 2002, I have 2 Tennessees and an Indiana. From 2003, I have a Maine and an Illinois. From 2005, I have a West Virginia. From 2006, I have a Colorado and a North Dakota. 2007, I have an Idaho and a Montana. And 2008, I have Oklahoma. 2009, Puerto Rico. 2012, I have El Yunque. 2013, Mount Rushmore. 2014, Arches. 2015, I have Blue Ridge Parkway and Kisatchie. Here are my book fillers for the Americans. So the top row here, the 1976 Bicentennial D mint mark, the 1992 P, the 1996 D, the 2002 Tennessee, and the 2006 Colorado are all in better condition than the ones in my book, and they're going to be upgrading the ones that are in my book. And the ones that are down here, these 7 are going to be filling in a hole in my book, so I didn't have any of these. So that's the 2003 Illinois, the 2007 Idaho, the 2008 Oklahoma, the 2009 Puerto Rico, the 2012 El Yunque, the 2013 Mount Rushmore, and the 2015 Blue Ridge Parkway. And these are the book fillers for my Canadian coins. The 1966 silver, I found 2, and one of them will fill an empty spot in my book. And the other coins are all going to be upgrading the ones in my book. So the 1979, the 1987, the 1988, the 1996, the 1999 September, the 2000 Family, the 2001 P, and the 2009 Sledge Hockey. And here's the conclusion for this coin roll hunt. We have a total of 291 points for this box. The key finds being the 2 silvers that were found from 1966. So 6 errors in varieties, 35 semi-key dates, or 21 book fillers, 2 nickels, 2 80% silvers, 38 American quarters, no other foreigns for 291 points. An excellent box altogether. Because I started recording the commemoratives for the semi-keys, these scores are going to be inflated compared to previous boxes. So going forward, we can't really compare the boxes with each other. I hope you liked this video, the first of 2021. And if you do like these videos, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like this video, and I'll see you next time.